You started?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi everyone. Welcome to Working on Cars with Richmond. Today I'm replacing a radiator. You could say it's a fun job. Anyways, so there's actually two automatic transmission coolant lines I'm taking out, and then you have two of the inlet hoses actually at the bottom of the radiator, which I can actually show you. Pretty simple to take off.
Let me show them.
Make sure I do it the right way. So you have this one right here. Oh, angle the camera, right? There we go. So you have this one right here. You just take some pliers. You want to move that hose clamp off. Then you take it off the plastic housing. You got this big one right here. That's where the water came out of, was this big one. Drain the radiator via this way instead of the radiator drain plug. You got that first automatic transmission coolant line off using a 5/8 open-ended wrench. And then I'm actually working on that second automatic transmission coolant line just right here at the bottom. So before I did that, I actually removed the shroud, the coolant tank, the overflow tank. Let's see if we can get this. You got a light on this? Oh, I guess I can do it this way. So this is the top of the radiator. So here's that first inlet hose. Again, just using pliers to remove the hose clamp. I actually undid the shroud. The shroud is really easily put in. It's just 2 bolts, one right there, one right there. You take those off and you're good to go. You have one more overflow line right there that goes to the air intake. Then over here you have 2 bolts. That is actually going to be holding in the overflow reservoir. And then you have that tiny hose right there. That's the overflow reservoir hose. And again, just using hose clamps. Love you too.
Love you, bye.
And then right here you have a couple of bolts that are going to keep the shroud bracket on. And then you actually have another one that keeps the shroud bracket and the radiator bracket on as well. So removing all those bolts, looks like we have 4 and 5 over here. So 5 and 4 bolts on the top end, and then just removing the hose clamps and then the 2 transmission coolant lines. And you can pretty much slide this whole thing out. The fan shroud actually is just held in on the bottom by 2 clips. So you lift those clips out, the fan shroud just chills there. I would say this is probably one of the easier radiators because I don't have to remove the fan whatsoever, and it's a mechanical fan. So it makes it pretty easy. Now I'm gonna lift this bad boy out and put in the new one, and you'll see that. All right, now we're removing the radiator, and hopefully it should clear the fan shroud and everything will come right out. Like so. There it is, a V10 radiator. Nice and big. It keeps your hot mama cool.
Stunning. Beautiful.
Beautiful, delicious, scrumptious radiator. All right guys, so I got this radiator, just ordered it. I'm super excited. Haven't had one of these in a long time. Supposed to be for a V10. Whoa, so cool. Wow. It's got a drain plug and the inlets for the automatic transmission fluid. Wow. So nice. It's definitely a radiator. Nice. Let's go put it in. Yeah, you're stupid. Hate you. Oh gosh. Make sure to hold your old radiator sideways so you don't leak transmission fluid everywhere. All right. Put this one in. super neato. It fits. Okay, the light stays on.
No, it doesn't. Only, like, do it. Film it.
I am.
That's weird because it did not work.
All right, so I got the new radiator in. It goes into these little holes right here. As you can see, little holes. So I got it slipped into there. This one actually comes with a drain plug, which is super nice. And then I got the air conditioning coolant line set up. 5/8 wrench, open-ended wrench. Air conditioning coolant line set up. You got the inlet and then the second inlet from the overflow. The trick to these clips is you definitely want to use the open channel locks, and then you want to put the clips to where it'd be easy to get them again. I know it, like, trust me, it seems like a dumb thing, but like I can't tell you how many times I put these in a position where I can't get to them again easily. So just make sure they're facing down or to a position you can get to them easily again. So just tighten these bad boys up. You got the bottom of the radiator in. Super easy. Now we're going over to the top. So I got my shroud pulled back. I already put one bracket in to hold the radiator in place. So I have to reattach the fan shroud, which it just easily goes on. Then I have to reattach this inlet hose. Then I have to reattach this inlet hose right here, just like that. And this goes to the overflow tank. And then I reattach the overflow tank to this hose right here. The shroud fan shroud goes back on, and it's pretty much done, honestly. But I should be able to finish all that up pretty quickly here. So, got that one on. Here's my channel locks. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try and get this on here. Looks like my camera woman just seemed to have abandoned me, just like my mother. So we're gonna go try and slip this on right there. Like I said, put it in a position where you can get to it easily. Boom, just like that. So that was pretty simple. We can go ahead and put this fan shroud back on. I separated those bolts. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this bad boy lined up. A big thing that I always like to do, and I swear by this, is to go left first, then right, to make sure everything's lined up. This bad boy is a little heavy. Okay, we got that. So I grab my impact or my drill. Milwaukee. Courtesy of my Milwaukee sponsorship. That's not going in. There we go. Got that side on. Again, thanks Milwaukee for sponsoring this video. Milwaukee Power Tools, they got the power. I'm lying, I don't got a sponsorship with them. But yo, send me some tools if you like, Milwaukee. Anytime. All right. This is gonna be a little complicated. As you can see here, there's a intake. Oh gosh. There we go, got it, see? I only need to use one hand. Slide that bad boy on there. Look at that, beautiful. Ain't that a beaut? All right, got one more to reattach this fan shroud. Again, Milwaukee, they have the power. Milwaukee Power, nothing's more powerful than a Milwaukee. So, honestly, I probably should have been smart about this and put on that hose last, because that's how I took it off. Is I took that hose off first, and then I put the fan shroud. But hey, I got it done. Bam. All right, now we're gonna put the reservoir bracket on. This bad boy right here. That just sits just like that, all nice and pretty. And the reservoir goes back on this. So we'll go ahead and put this in. I have to say Milwaukee 20 times in this video. That's the sponsorship to work. So, oh hey! I was just telling them how my camera woman abandoned me just like my mother.
I came back out to help you.
You can. So I can do this thing, which we call this the extra coolant accumulator.
Is that really what it's called?
Yeah, that's what all mechanics call it.
Yeah.
Called the excess coolant accumulator vessel. I don't know what kind of mechanics you work with.
Just you. Probs like my car doesn't red.
Do what? Oh gosh. No.
Nothing.
That's not good. Sorry guys, but I think this car is totaled.
Guess I should stop recording.
Yeah, I think this one is just going straight to the junkyard. Sweet. Now we can reattach the coolant accumulator. I gotta get my extendo attachment because I'm lacking in certain areas. You know, my wife tells me about it all the time, so I use my extends tool.
You're honestly an idiot.
It's never let me down. Unlike me when it comes to my wife.
It's like getting strangely personal.
What? I'm just using metaphors or similes or similar circumstances so people can paint a better picture in their mind of the day-to-day operations of attaching this stuff. All right, the final bolt. Oh no, so final bolt for this bracket goes right here. There's actually a butterfly bolt that attaches to that. So there's that. The shroud goes like that. If you still had the little shroud pieces, but I mean, they flew away. I don't know what happened to them. They just jumped up and they thought it was time to go. So, yeah, that seems to happen.
Your life sucks.
Okay, I guess there is one more bolt. Okay. I'm a liar. There's one more bolt. It's the boogeyman. The Baba Yaga. John Wick. There you are. So, that's it. It's all done. This is honestly how you put the radiator back in and take it out. It's a very simple, easy thing to do. I would highly recommend it you do it yourself. Literally like 9 bolts on the top, 2 hoses on the bottom, 2 coolant hoses, which are take a 5/8 bolt to take off. All you have to do is remove the overflow reservoir, the fan shroud, and the radiator brackets, and it's done. So you should have any one of your sons or the son of your wife or your wife's husband, which would be your son-in-law. Hopefully it's not the son of your wife, because then that would be like Alabama status. I love Alabama. Like my video. Other than that, that's how you do it. So have a wonderful night, and hopefully you don't get stuck doing it for someone else.
Wouldn't you be your wife's husband? That's why I'm confused.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get the husband of your wife to do it, or husband
Yourself.
of your daughter. I'm saying, like, just get somebody that knows how to do it. But if they don't know how to do it, it's super easy to do yourself. Don't pay $500, $600. I guess if you find a guy named Carlos and he's willing to do it for $50, I'd probably do that. You know, support minorities. Other than that, have a good night.